Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have a budget smartwatch from Zeblaze called Vibe 6, which looks solid, and the cool part is it has a built-in speaker and a microphone along with onboard storage for music playback directly from the watch, either via built-in speaker or a paired Bluetooth earbuds. So let's get started with its full review. If it's your first time on my channel, please consider subscribing as I do regular videos for various smartwatches like this one, smartphone reviews, tech tutorials and much more. You'll find a dedicated playlist for budget smartwatches like this one under the playlist tab. Be sure to check it out, and if you want, you can support my channel by becoming a member at a small monthly charge. Click this join button to check out all the perks of becoming a member. Also check out some cool merch under the store tab, and check out as well as subscribe to my second YouTube channel for mobile friendly short video content. This will be an in-depth review of the Zeblaze Vibe 6 smartwatch, starting with its price, setup process, design, specs, features, fitness tracking, sleep tracking, and my final verdict. As always, everything is time-coded for your ease to browse around various features of this smartwatch. Full disclosure, Banggood sent out this Zeblaze Vibe 6 for my honest and unbiased review. No monetary compensation was received or requested for this review, and Banggood is an online e-commerce company which sells a variety of products including smartwatches. I have provided the direct link to this Zeblaze Vibe 6 along with other smartwatches in the video description, and more importantly, if you plan to purchase this smartwatch, there is a special discount coupon code linked in the video description which you can use it during the checkout. So be sure to check it out. Let's start by talking its price and availability. As I said, you can find it on Banggood from the links in the video description. At the time of filming this video, it's listed for 59 Canadian dollar. The price may vary at seller's discretion and any discounts. Banggood does ship worldwide, so be sure to use the coupon code provided in the video description. So let's find out why this Zeblaze Vibe 6 stands out from other smartwatches in this price category. Now, I have done an unboxing video of this Zeblaze Vibe 6 on my second YouTube channel, like I do for a ton of smartwatches reviewed on this channel, so be sure to check out my second YouTube channel from the video description. But in terms of unboxing, it's definitely better than other budget smartwatches. Nothing remarkable though. Now let's talk about the setup process, which is relatively simple. You have to download the app called H-Band app, which you will find in the Apple App Store or Android Play Store for free, and then create an account with them. Once done, under the Mine tab at the bottom right, you will find an option to add a new device. Just scan the barcode displayed on the watch and it's as easy as that. One other thing I found is it is also very easy to switch this watch from an Apple phone to an Android phone without losing any data. But there is an important thing you need to look out for. In the Bluetooth settings of your iPhone, you need to make sure that you have two connected Vibe 6, where the Vibe 6M is for the Bluetooth audio calls. In case if you only find one, then go on your watch, drop down, and you'll find all the quick settings. Turn on the device broadcasting, and you should find it on your mobile device. Now, since we are on the H-Band mobile app, let's briefly review it. If you don't care about this app, then go ahead and skip to this timestamp. For this video purpose, I'm using my iPhone 12, but this app is about the same on any Android device. You'll find the dashboard from the bottom tab of this app, where you will find your health data like your exercise, steps, etc., sleep data, heart rate, and blood pressure. I will talk about all this in the health tracking part later during the video, but you can search for a particular data for any given date. So I find it's very easy to access all the health metrics. Now, the running tab is to start the GPS tracking from your phone, since this watch does not have an onboard GPS, which is expected for the price you pay, but with this you can track all your health data from the watch and GPS data from the phone. Now lastly, under the Mine tab, you can find all your account data like your goal settings, unit settings, and connected third-party apps. For now, it's VRun only. Now under My Device section, you'll find the Vibe 6 with the current battery level of the watch. Here is where you'll find all the settings like message notifications. Here is where you can choose which app you want to get notified for. Next is alarm settings. Unfortunately, you have to set up an alarm from the app at this point in time. This watch does give you a sedentary reminder, which I think all the fitness smartwatch must have, and you can even control it. Likewise, you will find the heart rate alert, turn wrist detection, low power mode, blood pressure private mode, frequent contacts, which thank goodness is there, as I can save my favorite contacts from here, which I can directly dial them from the watch. Screen on time, switch settings. Here is where you can turn on heart rate and blood pressure auto monitoring and disconnect alert, which are good to have. If you were to turn them off, you can overhaul the battery. Take photo, which is really cool, as unlike other budget smartwatches, you don't have to open this app on your phone to take a picture. Rather, you can just open the default camera app of your phone and trigger a photo directly from the watch. And lastly, few other options like reset password, dial settings, firmware updates, reset and unpair. Okay, now with the app being reviewed, let's talk about the design. This watch comes in colors like black, green, gray and blue, which is what I have for this video. This watch definitely feels rugged. It has a very nice and chunky design and it feels solid all around. On tapping, it seems like it's made of metal all around, and it sure is made of zinc alloy. On the front, you got the display with the dials. On the side, there are two buttons. The top one has a red ring around it like the Amazfit GTR 2, which does look cool. And this button is used to power on and off. The bottom button is used to enter the menu and go back. At the back, there is the heart rate sensor and the charging pins. Zeblaze Vibe 6 has a proprietary magnetic charger, which is also used for music transfer from a computer or a mobile phone. More to it later during the video. And there is a 24mm silicone wristband with a clasp. So you can get custom aftermarket wristband, but make sure they are 24mm. There is a built-in speaker and it is placed on the top of the watch just above the wristband, and there is a microphone at the very bottom. This speaker and microphone placement is, in my opinion, very functional, as when it's on your wrist, the microphone is very close to your mouth so the receiver can hear you loud and clear, and the speaker is placed away, that way it won't sound muffled. We'll test it at the end of this video. Now let's see how it looks on my wrist. My wrist circumference is 6 inches and you can see this watch already looks chunky, but I personally like the bold and imposing looks. So if you got smaller wrist than mine, the size can be a deal breaker for you. But this watch does feel very lightweight as it's only 67 grams, but sleeping with this chunky watch at nighttime can be a bit out of your comfort zone. Well, if you find that this size is not a right fit for you, then check out the other budget smartwatches that I have reviewed on this channel in the playlist linked at the end of this video. Now let's talk about the specs. Instead of me reading out all the specs, just pause the video and read through all the detailed specs from here. But few mentionable specs are, it has a 1.3-inch IPS LCD display with 240 pixel resolution. The dimension of this watch are 50.8mm in diameter by 16mm thick, which is quite chunky compared to my Apple Watch. There is a proximity sensor, gyroscope, 3-axis throttle, and there is no Wi-Fi, NFC or onboard GPS, which is obvious as it only costs $60. Now this Zeblaze Vibe 6 has a 300 mAh of battery size, and this watch is hands down the best smartwatch in terms of battery life compared to other budget smartwatches that I have reviewed on this channel. From my testing with moderate use, about few calls per day with very little music playback from the built-in speaker and continuous heart rate and blood pressure monitoring, I'm easily able to go 2 weeks. Now keep in mind, you can overhaul by turning off the continuous heart rate and blood pressure monitoring, along with not using this watch for Bluetooth audio calls. Speaking of Bluetooth audio calls, let's see if we can receive regular cellular audio calls. So as you can see, I can receive and answer the call and talk directly from the watch. Now let's see if we can get calls from apps like Viber. So as you can see, we can get or answer calls from apps like Viber, WhatsApp, etc. along with the regular cellular calls. And in terms of call quality, frankly speaking, it's great. The receiver was able to hear me loud and clear, and for just 60 Canadian dollar, I did not expect this good quality of a built-in speaker. You can also dial a number directly from the watch, which is really cool. And you can also select your favorite contact from the contact app in the menu, which is the cherry on top. Now this speaker can also be used for music playback. Yes, this watch has onboard storage exclusively for music. Sadly, it's only 128 megabytes. Oh boy, I can barely fit few songs on this watch. Unless you use compressed MP3 files, there is no way you will be able to store songs for your running playlist. But it's really nice to see this feature on a budget smartwatch. I wish they could add more onboard storage, at least about 1 gig. Well, you would wonder how to transfer songs on this Zeblaze Vibe 6, and it's pretty easy. Just put on the magnetic charger on the watch and plug it as a USB drive on any USB Type A port on your laptop or computer and transfer songs as you would on any USB drive. It's as simple as that. You can do that from an Android smartphone by using an OTG Type A port like I'm using on my Samsung S10 Plus smartphone, then use any file explorer to transfer MP3 files. Pretty ingenious, huh? Now you can find the music player in the menu. Once you open it, you get options to play, pause, skip a track forward and backward, volume control, and options. Under options, the source of music are as the watch, phone, and here is where you can pair Bluetooth earbuds like the Apple AirPods Pro to talk directly from them via the watch or listen to the music on them. Now, when you select your phone as the music source, you cannot trigger a music playback from the watch. You have to open a music player on the phone first in order to be able to control the music. But once you do, you can control any music player like Spotify, Deezer, Pandora, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, etc. and even control the volume. Now let's switch the watch as the music source and let me give you a demo of this awesome built-in speaker, which quite frankly is the best for the price you pay. Now let's quickly navigate around the watch. When you enter the menu, you get all the options like this. It's good to see basic necessary apps like alarm, stopwatch, countdown timer, find my phone, female, which is to track female menstrual cycle, which surprisingly not a lot of budget smartwatch offers, photograph, which despite of being paired with an iPhone, I can still shake my wrist to trigger a photo from the default camera app of the iPhone, which is pretty nice. Lastly, settings, where you can control brightness, auto lock time, switch settings as shown in the mobile app, message settings. Dial settings is where you can switch between 4 preset watch faces. I wish we could add more. Anyways, from the main screen you can swipe up to get music, swipe left or right to access blood pressure, heart rate, sleep, and steps. When you swipe down, you get quick settings like find my phone, alarm, broadcasting device, do not disturb mode, which not a lot of budget smartwatch offer, and it's my favorite as I can turn off the display at night time with just one click, and information along with time, date, and day. With all that said, let's talk about the sleep and fitness tracking and wrap this video up with my final say. This watch can track your sleep. Let me show you my data on the mobile app. I intentionally woke up at different times on these test days, as you can see right here. And this watch was pretty close at determining the sleep and wake up time automatically, which is great. And not just that, you can also see your deep sleep and light sleep time. In terms of sleep tracking, this watch does great for the price you pay, but it's not the best. From all the smartwatches that I have reviewed, I personally like the sleep tracking of the Amazfit GTR 2, for which I have done a video linked up in the card section. You can check it out once you're done watching this one. Finally, in terms of fitness tracking, this watch does track your heart rate continuously, and it does quite well at detecting your resting heart rate, as you can see right here. It can also detect continuous blood pressure. As you can see from this data, being a healthcare provider myself, I will personally never recommend you to rely on any blood pressure data except from an actual medical grade pneumatic sphygmomanometer. Now lastly, in terms of exercise tracking, you can get 10 different sports modes to track all these activities. It's nice to see all these activity trackings, but when you start either of them, you get to see all your fitness data like calorie burnt, heart rate, time, and when you swipe right, fortunately you also get an option to control the music player, which certainly is nice to have, and again, not a lot of budget smartwatch offers this. And you can pause and end the workout from here. Now I took this Zeblaze Vibe 6 along with my Apple Watch Series 6 for 20 and 25 minute indoor treadmill intermittent run, and here are the results. So as you can see, this watch is not even close to the Apple Watch in terms of calorie tracking. In fact, it's not even close to my treadmill despite of it having my biometric data like age, height, weight, etc. Even in terms of heart rate tracking, this Zeblaze Vibe 6 is inconsistent, and I personally would not use this watch for exercise tracking. You can find more detailed metrics from the mobile app under the running tab. Go ahead and select the bracelet measurement from the top to access your running data, where you can see all the data like pace, steps, distance, etc. But one thing I can definitely recommend from my testing is the steps and distance, which you can see is pretty close to my Apple Watch, and this was consistent among all my testing. With that said, here is my final verdict. Guys, such in-depth reviews are very effort intensive to make, so if you made it this far, thank you so much, and please consider subscribing for such detailed reviews of various tech. So for just $60, this Zeblaze Vibe 6 is more than worth it. I like its bold and imposing looks. It has all the basic necessary features like Find My Phone, camera control, alarm, countdown timer, stopwatch, music player with ability to store few onboard songs and listen to them directly from the built-in speaker or paired Bluetooth earbuds, ability to control phone's music player even during an ongoing workout, ability to get calls directly on the watch, and even ability to dial a call directly from the watch or dial your favorite contacts. Pretty decent sleep tracking and fitness tracking. So in my opinion, if you're looking for an overall great budget smartwatch under 100 bucks, you won't regret getting this Zeblaze Vibe 6. So that's it. I really hope you found this video helpful. If you did, then please give this video a thumbs up. It really means a lot. Also follow me on my other social media network for early preview to upcoming videos and free giveaways. Links are in the description of all my videos. Thanks so much for watching and take care. I'll catch you guys in the next one.